something hilarious, and we'll look at some moon landing stuff here in a second, but I'm sure you've all seen this LRO footage, the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. And in a few minutes, we're going to look at some moon stuff and just find out how funny this is. But they say this is the descent stage that, the little craft took off, and it says this is the astronaut footpath. Okay, this here is the astronaut footpath. So you can see this little dragged line here, going this way, coming this way. Okay, so these are the astronauts' footpaths. Now let's read a little bit further down here and see how far up is this camera, since it's able to see so clearly footpaths on the moon. See here that the has held a near circular orbit at an average altitude of 31 miles. Okay, so for those of you who need to do the math, 5280 times 31 miles is 163,000 feet. So 5 times higher than your average jet at 30,000 feet. And you can see the footpaths of the astronauts. This is proof, ladies and gentlemen, that, you couldn't see a football stadium from 30,000 feet. Maybe you could see a football stadium, but it's going to be very small. You're not going to see any footpaths from 30,000 feet, and you're not going to see them from 50,000 feet or 80,000 feet or 100,000 feet. It's absolutely ridiculous. And they pass this off as proof. This is their debunking of any kind of person talking nonsense in their minds about moon hoaxes. This is hilarious here. This is showing you, actually I thought you could play a little there, this gallery. So here I was going through these images. So this is showing you, lay out the car like this. This is clearly this section, and this is clearly this section. From, again, 150,000 feet. 5 times further than any of us have ever been in an airplane. We're able to just look down and say, this is the orbiter here, and this is this section, and this is this section. So if you don't believe that, well, I don't know what to tell you, because it's definitely true. Here's another picture showing you all the footpaths, the descent stage. This is the rover right here. You can see it clearly. Let's see a little bit more. More footpaths, more craters, and this is all some horseshit. And I love all these arrows. This is proof. Back to LM, geophone, geophone number 2, packing material, heat flow electronics and cable, heat flow probes. Yeah, this wasn't just put there by some nonsense artist. Really truth. Look how nice. So basically, we thought that the astronauts were walking on the moon. They were actually their dead bodies were being dragged. That's what you see here. It's just bodies being dragged all over. And we can see them from 150,000 feet. So you shouldn't have any questions on that one. I should check in with the chat since I am alone today. I wanted to start out with this, and I wish I could remember who showed me this image here. They sent me a link, actually in a comment. So if anybody knows who it was, I got to check it out. But I want to show what he found, which is really interesting, and it's been going on for it's at least 3 days now. This is a geostationary satellite image, supposedly, and you can set the how much time you want to look back. This is 60 images, and I'm doing full disk, so just so you can see what's going on here. Let me hide that. And we're going to play this, and I'm going to show you what happens here. So we're going to go all the way to head. You can actually see what happens here. And we're going to be on today, the 16th, as far forward as we can. Okay, so the most recent image is today, 1917 Universal Time. Notice up here, we're looking at the date. You'll see we've got a convenient piece of hair that has somehow made its way into space and is impacting our satellite camera. Now you'll see here, this is November 16th at 1717. And you'll see the hair is we can look at this X and put it here on the left. You'll see it kind of goes across the screen at 1817. So at 1717 and 1817, we've got this section of hair.